Here's what actually changed in science this week. What happened, why it matters, and what's next. Sources are linked. Space. Starship Flight 11 sticks the splashdowns. What happened? SpaceX flew Flight 11 on Oct 13. Super Heavy executed a controlled water landing in the Gulf of Mexico. Ship completed re-entry and splashed down in the Indian Ocean after 66 minutes aloft. Why it matters? It's another step toward rapid, fully reusable heavy lift and toward the Starship variant NASA needs for Artemis lunar landings. What's next? The next vehicles introduce upgraded hardware aimed at cryogenic propellant transfer demos and higher energy profiles. Skywatching. 2 green comets light up evenings. What happened? Comet Lemmon C2025A6 and Comet SWAN C2025R2 are both visible this month from the northern hemisphere. Closest approach for Lemmon, just Oct 21. Best views after sunset. Binoculars help. Why it matters? Rare 2-comet window, easy public outreach, and gorgeous wide-field imaging. What's next? Watch Lemmon brighten toward perihelion Nov 8. Check local charts for exact sky positions. Planetary defense. Asteroid 2025 TP5 zipped by. What happened? Newly found 2025 TP5 passed Earth on Oct 15 at $60,097,000 kilometers, 0.25 lunar distance. Then made a close pass by the Moon on Oct 16, estimated 16 mile across. Why it matters? Another real-world test of the survey-to-warning pipeline for small near-Earth objects. What's next? Continued tracking via NASA Kineos. More survey coverage to catch these days in advance. Medicine, gene therapy restores hearing in OTOF deafness. What happened? NEJM published Phase 1-2 data for DB-OTO gene therapy. The majority of children with OTOF-related deafness gained clinically meaningful hearing, with several reaching near-normal thresholds. Why it matters? A concrete win for AAV gene therapy in congenital deafness, a condition with no disease-modifying options. What's next? Larger cohorts, durability follow-up, and regulatory paths. Climate, record greenhouse gases, CO2 jump sets a mark. What happened? WMO reports the largest annual CO2 rise on record. Fluoro 3.5 ppm from 2023-2024, with methane and nitrous oxide also at highs. Why it matters? Signals weakening natural sinks and locks. In more extreme weather risk absent faster cuts. What's next? The bulletin feeds directly into COP30 negotiations and national inventory audits. Materials chips, atom-thin memory on silicon. What happened? In Nature, researchers integrated a 2D MOS2 NOR flash array on a 0.13 CMOS die using Atom2 chip, demonstrating a functional 2D flash chip on mainstream silicon. Why it matters? A practical route to 2D materials, plus CMOS co-integration, potentially lower power and new device stacks beyond scaling limits. What's next? Yield, density, and reliability studies to move from 1 KB demos toward deployable memories. Earth science, stalagmites solved with one control parameter. What happened? PNAS presents a closed-form model for stalagmite shapes governed primarily by the Damköhler number, deposition versus drip flow, validated on cave samples. Why it matters? Better shape physics. Stronger paleoclimate reconstructions from cave carbonates. What's next? Applying the model across sites to reinterpret isotope records. Early universe clues. The most pristine halo star yet. What happened? Astronomers detailed SDSS J07157334, an ultra-metal-poor red giant with record-low total metallicity and unusually low carbon, likely originating from the LMC halo. Archive analysis posted recently with press coverage this week. Why it matters? a near-pristine fossil of early star formation, critical for testing population 3 enrichment models. What's next? Higher resolution spectra to nail down yields from the 30 mem progenitor and refine dust cooling pathways. On deck, Comet Lemmon's closest approach around OC21 and SpaceX's post-Flight 11 upgrades. We'll track both and anything that breaks mid-week. That's your week in science. All sources are linked. If this saved you time, subscribe and vote in our community poll for next week's lead story.